What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Fair Use. That's right, I'm in the reaction video game today, and I have a really good interview from my brother at Black Men's Travels, and we're going to be talking about why black men are out there dealing with other groups of women outside of American women in this particular episode. So let's get into it.
In concerns of relationships, all right? I know you're probably in quite a few relationships back in the States as well. What just a couple of major differences you see in dating in the States versus dating out there in Colombia?
And I've dated. Let's start like this. Let's lay a foundation. I've dated every culture that you can imagine in the States. I've dated from East Indian to Native American to Italian to black to. So my statements are broad. It's not just sisters when I make this statement. Women in the United States are raised to be independent. They are not raised to be wives at all.
Okay, let's start right there. Now listen to what the brother is saying, right? He's saying, now this is mostly abroad TV. He's a brother that lives in Colombia right now. He's dealing with a Colombian. I think he's married to a Colombian lady now. Okay, shout out to the brother. He's saying, I've dated many women in America. So black, he said Native American. I don't know where he found one of them at, because I still ain't found a Native American. But you date Indian, he's dated white. What did he say? American women are not raised to be wives. All right, now let's just talk about this, because a lot of times you look at this as a black community issue. And don't get me wrong, the black community, we have a problem with, mating and dating and relationships. But if you look at American statistics, marriage is going what? Down, right? More men are living with their parents than ever before in the history of the country. So it's not just a black problem. This right here is an American problem. And certain black men are saying, hey, listen, even if I dated women in America in general, I'm not really finding what I'm looking for. So maybe I need to go somewhere else.
When you find a woman in the United States that is wifey material, is because she stands out of the pack of women and is wifey material. Most men in the United States have to compromise their version of, or the definition of wife, in order to marry in the United States. So when you...
All right, this is something that I've been saying, okay? He says what? That most guys are compromising. A lot of ladies in America talk about this, give me like some sad music. Yeah, if I deal with one of you guys out there, I'm not coming down to your level. I'm not lowering my standards to be with you. That's what they do, right? But what's the real reality? We don't want to talk about a lot of men are lowering their standards to be what? Quote unquote in love. A lot of men are not getting a lot from the women they're dealing with. You're not getting sometimes sex, and we know that sexless marriages is on the rise in America, more than anywhere else. Like I'm in Africa right now. Sexless marriage? What? Think that goes on in the Arab world? Absolutely not, right? But it happens a lot in America. A lot of guys are not getting a woman that is really into the relationship like they are. A lot of men are putting a lot of money, commitment, time into the relationship, but they are settling for it just because they feel like either number one, I can't do any better, or number two, this is just what I'm supposed to do. I should accept this from her. Right? And a lot of guys who feel like I can do better than this, they're taking the show on the road, just like this brother, and they're dating somebody else.
So when you see somebody fall in love and they're happy in the United States, it's because they had to compromise what they really want in a wife to say, okay, I'm marrying my Miss Independent. She's going to go 50% on the bills, 50% on taking care of the kids, 50-50. Only United States people, in UK, people talk like that. The other 98% of the planet does not talk like that. And so women in most countries, from their grandmother to their great grandmother to their mom, have taught them and have groomed them to be a wife, even if you're successful in business. You see that, how I put that?
Okay, that's a good point. This is a 14 second mark on the original video. I'll put that there. What is he saying? That women are trained to be wives regardless of what their professional level is. I think my brother SBK was telling me about it. Like, there was a lady that said, if you're a woman with a college degree, then you should be able to keep your name into the marriage.
This video just shows why it's so important for women in this day and age to keep their last name. You worked hard for that degree that you have your name on. So don't you dare change it for no man.
But it also shows this, that a lot of American men, especially a lot of black men, want serious, full-time, long-term relationships. Because if they just wanted to hook up, well, America is the perfect place for hooking up, like just having sex with no commitment. But you see, when a lot of these men, especially in the black community that want longer-term relationships, what are they looking at? They're looking now at the infrastructure in which these ladies are coming up in. So let's say, for example, in the black community, we have like almost 80% now out of wedlock births. It was 72%, then they jumped to like 81%. So when you look at that dynamic, is a woman coming from these environments going to be good for a long-term relationship when she hasn't seen it? No. Then if you are a black man that wants to hook up and have, you know, these little player relationships and stuff like that, then that's okay to stay in America. But if you're looking for something a little bit more long-term, you want to build a life with a woman, build kids with a woman, you want something long-term, well then where do you want to go? You want to go deal with women that have that a part of their culture. And this is what you're seeing from a lot of American men, but black men in particular, who are being criticized in states for not wanting, you know, commitment or not wanting to be in long-term relationships. Well, it's not that. It's just that they don't want to deal with what they feel is less than what they deserve. And that's the big problem in the black community. At any given time, if you're a black man in black America, and if you want to do more than what the society or what the system of women is giving you, then it's a problem. All of a sudden you're a sellout or you're a Sambo and all sort of stuff. But no, what if you have high standards for yourself? What if you want to have a partner that contributes to the relationship as much as you do? A woman who is feminine as much as you want to be masculine, as much as you want to provide and take care of her, that she wants to take care of you. You see what I'm saying? But then if you're doing those things, it's problematic. And you see that there's some black men who are saying, listen, a long-term relationship is what I want. I'm not seeing it in America. I need to go deal with a culture where I see it. Let's get back into the video.
They're groomed to be a wife. And even if they're successful in their careers and business, that's a plus. But girl, you better still know how to cook, clean, sew, make a plate for your man, your father. Don't think this because you got married, you can still make a plate for your father when he comes over or whatever it may be. So I tell people, I haven't made a plate for myself in 3 years.
Top of the show. 26 minutes, 39 seconds of that original video. Go and check it out. I want to talk about this. He says what? Just because you're a successful woman, it doesn't mean that you still don't do the things that women typically do. That you don't cook, that you don't clean, that you don't sew. Okay? And he says himself, I have not went to the kitchen and got my plate in many years. In fact, I know black men in the United States that are married to Latina women, and they haven't washed dishes in 10 years. It's something that the women take pride in. Now imagine a black woman from America, or American woman, that, you not washing your own dishes, there's gonna be a problem with that, right? There's gonna be a big issue with that. No matter if she has a degree or not, her degree and her success in professional world, she feels that there's some form of masculinity assigned to her because of that, okay? But women in other cultures still feel that even though I've made it into the professional world, that does not relegate my femininity. I still need to work on the feminine characteristics because family is important, relationships important, my husband is important. But women in the United States feel that, okay, not all of them, but my professional life is an exchange for what I would do in my feminine life. But yet I still deserve a masculine man based on my professional or masculine accomplishments in the business world or in corporate America. And it doesn't work like that. You have women in other countries that are still lawyers and doctors and technicians saying, hey, listen, I know I've been at work all day, but you know what? I'm not gonna let my man fix his plate. And that's how it used to be in the United States, right? And it's hard for ladies in America, if they're competing against women like this, you can't compete. It's impossible.
I don't know what
Oh,
that's
nice.
like to make a plate.
Oh no, okay.
I don't know what it's like to make a drink. I don't know none of that, man. I actually go make my own drink of soda and then actually
Right.
take it back into the kitchen. I don't do that. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
And I don't have to ask for it. This is not something I asked for. This is how they were groomed to be. And if I couldn't imagine. Oh, I remember one time Andrea's mom, grandma, a couple aunts came over and I catered to the ladies. I did all the cleaning, I did all the cooking, I did everything for the ladies. And you should have saw the faces of the women. It was like they were on another planet. Like for this one day, they were the ones being spoiled. They couldn't fathom not getting up and making the plate. The concept of not cleaning the kitchen, the concept of not making their own drinks. I just said, I'm going to cater to you ladies today. And they just, it was so hard for them to. Now, let's go back to the States.
Okay.
Oh, I would be considered a great man because I cooked and I cleaned and I made the women feel like, yes, I am the queen. You supposed to cater to us ladies.
Facts.
Okay, let me kind of end on that. See, the thing is that when he was dealing with his woman and their in-laws, they were appreciative of what he was doing. Whereas in America, what he's saying is that women expect you to do stuff like this. But here's the problem. Women don't expect to return that treatment. Now, a man is supposed to cater to a woman. But now, they'll have no problem with that. But how many women are supposed to cater to their man? A lot of them will have a problem with that. Oh no, I'm not catering to no man. I'm not doing this for no man. And exactly that's what's happening here. You have women who want men to contribute to the relationship more than what they're willing to give. This is why there's so many single women, and especially in the black community, single black women. And that's why for black men that can leave and that have the talent to go out, they're gonna go out there and their net's gonna be broadened. They're gonna be able to compete with women who can do more for them. And I think that in the years to come, as the world becomes more digital, you're gonna see this more. In the next 10 years, you're gonna see more African-American men and more American men in general marry outside of the United States as the world becomes more digital, becomes more global, becomes more internet-based. And more American women are gonna be lonely, especially in the black community. But guys, shout out to my brother, Black Male Travels. Check out the interview, first comment pinned in the top. Finding Love Abroad was the live stream there. And guys, what do you think about this? Comment below. Let me know what you think about this. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. You know who produced this? SPK Speaks, the best producer in black YouTube. Check him out. Also, the first comment pinned in the top. It's his birthday today. Go over there and wish him happy birthday. And we out. Peace.